Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is contemplating whether or not there's still a pull for them to think back on a past relationship. We've got ex-partner, not completely over a past relationship. And then we've got the future, becoming clear about your vision of the future. Now, for some of you, this ex partner that is not completely over a past relationship could be your love interest's ex, right? It could be your love interest, or it could be you. So, or one of your exes, right? There's a couple of ways to read this. So I want to make sure you're looking at this as something that would validate your suspicions or intuition that you've already had about this particular situation. It shouldn't be like brand new to you, right? Hello there, Holy Yoga. Hello, Asusena. How we doing today? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chime Pen. All right, and let's see. We're going to dive in with the situations deck. Huge thank you to everyone that participated in the free reading giveaway. The next time I've got Dude and Peggy in the live chat, we'll give away the remaining 4 free readings. And those of you that did win, you would have probably heard confirmation from Peggy. There she is. Please make sure that you email me. My email address is in the description box below, but you'll need to send me your 2 questions. Beyond that, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can also hit up my email address. Hello there. What's going on, Corey? Hello, Michael. Hello, Beppa. How you doing? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So we've got somebody here who feels like time is moving rather quickly. It feels to me like we have somebody that needs to make a decision. Am I going to, wait for somebody, or am I going to pursue something that is new? Or how can I, let somebody from my past in on the secret that it's time to move on? There's just a need to find a way to kind of like cut this cord, I guess. We've got poison in the reverse, single, and gossip in the reverse. Okay, so this feels to me like it could be a much more difficult situation. This doesn't feel like somebody who wants to be petty or wants to cause issues, which I do sometimes see with exes that are not completely over a relationship. This seems to me more so like somebody that feels like there's still a chance, so they're waiting around, right? Let's get, this is the Poe Tarot. What else do we have? By the way, I don't read these in the reverse. We've got number 10, which is the Wheel. Never to suffer would never to have been blessed. And then Death, number 13. The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? So this is interesting because it feels to me like we have, on the one hand, an individual that is basically saying, I've learned my lessons from the past. I don't regret what I did or, the things that I've done because I've learned from them. And then there's also this sense with this Death card that ending something has been kind of tricky. So for some of you, this could be like an ex that became a friend of yours, and maybe that presents some issues in terms of dating new people. But this feels to me like an ending that wasn't really an ending. What else do we have? 5 of Candles, which is the 5 of Wands. We tremble with the violence of the conflict within us, of the definite with the indefinite, of the substance with the shadow. But if the contests have proceeded thus far, it is the shadow which prevails. We struggle in vain. So it feels like there's been more difficulty, perhaps to procrastination or someone being stubborn than there really needed to be in this situation. And the Four of Candles. I loved her with a love more fervent than I had believed it possible to feel for any denizen of earth. All right, so for some of you, you may be dealing with falling in love with somebody who has lost a partner, like so they would be a widow or a widower. My condolences to anybody that's gone through that. For others of you, this is somebody that has had, a really difficult ending, or maybe even kind of like a cliffhanger, like maybe even got ghosted by somebody. So there's this question mark, right? Can the past really stay in the past? Whoever's struggling with this question is not necessarily finding it easy to make this decision. But it feels like there is like a deadline, right? With that TikTok card that we had, there's somebody here who realizes I have to decide, do I want to move forward or do I want to deal with the past some more, Hello there, Realm of Bedlam. How are you? Hello, Jess. Hello, too. How are we doing? All right. Well, the Hierophant can also talk about commitment. So let's see what we get in terms of clarification. This is the Bianco Nero. Knight of Swords. Death. Sorry, Death is clarified by Seven of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So we could have the number 7 repeating for some of you at this point. You might see it quite frequently, or it might be a very important date for you, 7-7. We've got somebody here that I think is realizing that they may have gotten caught up in a little bit of an illusion. Now, for some of you, this is the new person that is a little bit of an illusion. For others of you, it's the past situation. It really depends on who has this connection with the ex, right? But it does feel to me like there is something that is said, maybe crosses a line, and somebody who defends a situation. So this is either, why were you talking to your ex? Or I can't talk to you, I'm in a relationship, right? There's a boundary here that gets crossed, and somebody's like, no. We have another 7, the 7 of Pentacles. And the Lovers in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, so this ex feels like not being chosen is just a delay, just something that will, eventually change. So this individual has a sense that you hang out and then you stop talking and then you reconcile and then you stop talking. So there could be a sense of having dated multiple times here between these individuals. Nine of Swords in the reverse. High Priestess in the reverse. I feel like this is a warning. For some of you, this is, well, I'm not technically in an exclusive relationship, so still talking to my ex in a flirty way is totally allowed. It's not like a big deal. We have jealousy in the reverse, so I do feel like there's like somebody questioning whether or not that would actually cause any problems, but I feel like the advice here is Don't cause problems and then try to rely on a technicality. Try to like kind of think about it as far as how you would feel if somebody else was doing what you were doing, right? So I feel like with the High Priestess in the reverse, we have somebody ignoring their own intuition as far as how they connect to an ex or the boundaries that they have with that ex. Five of Wands, Two of Wands in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this just feels like somebody knows that you're trying to move on and they feel like maybe they could, fight for it or try to get you to consider another round, another chance. But there's a decision that I feel like has not been made or it's been made not a good way. I feel like because this is clarifying the Lovers in the reverse, this is basically saying you got to be able to know if your future is becoming more clear, this is what I want, this is not what I want, then make sure that your choices regarding this person in your past or your love interest ex, make sure your choices align with what you want going forward, right? For some of you, this is about cutting loose a new person who maybe is still stuck on an ex. For others of you, this is, do I need to adjust how I connect to my own ex? But we do have Two of Swords in the reverse and the Emperor, which makes me feel like there is a decisive energy here after we're talking about not making a decision. So yeah, we had toxic behavior in the reverse, right? So I feel like we have somebody trying to do the right thing here, but they're put in kind of like a difficult situation. All right, these are the noisy cards. I think they're technically called Classic Tarot. I think that's what it was. Hello, Matt. How are you? Oh, I love it. Yeah, this is such a cool shirt. It's just a little bit too big, but that's okay. Sometimes it's the right vibe, and it's just a little bit cool today. We've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Oh, really? Ding. Oh, I like that. We had the High Priestess in the reverse. Now she's coming out in the upright. So it feels to me like many of you may have grown or healed in ways that this ex has not anticipated. You or your love interest, take it out, resonates, right? Whoever is being contacted by the ex underestimates this person in terms of their level of maturity or their boundaries, right? So I feel like they may expect things to get flirty even if there is a relationship or a new love interest. But with the High Priestess, I'm feeling like this person doesn't have your number, right? This person doesn't realize that you aren't really about that anymore. Because the High Priestess is somebody who's a little bit more selective, a little bit more like with John, right? High Priestess isn't going to be walking into the Five of Wands like, what are we fighting about? I want to join. High Priestess would sit back and take notes or walk away, right? So we've got the King of Cups and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. I don't know if you can fully see the like side eye that this King of Cups has. It's probably a little difficult to see it, but this is like, no, I know better than to deal with that. Or no, I'm not going to get myself into that kind of situation. So this feels to me like somebody who maybe realizes now is the time to shore up the boundaries that I have or make clear where the line is with people from my past, because at the end of the day, I see my future with somebody else. So we have the Sun and Seven of Cups in the reverse. That's so perfect because we were just talking about clarity. Seven of Cups in the reverse is I know exactly what's going on. I don't need to think about all my options. I know where I'm going. I know what would make me happy. So good for you. This is indicative of you following your intuition and not being willing to let anybody, push you off course. Eight of Cups, Lovers in the reverse. So I feel like we have a reiteration of, no, I'm sorry, things didn't work out between us. There's a reason I walked away. I'm not really interested in, furthering that connection or that conversation. Hi there, Illuminati. How are you doing? So Eight of Cups, Lovers in the reverse. Ace of Cups is I'm walking away. I'm not choosing you. I don't feel, feelings for you. It's a pretty clear stop sign, King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Moon, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so it looks like the reason we have such a decisive energy here, because we have, the future is becoming clear. I know what I want. This King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, regardless of your gender or your love interests gender, this is, I've already found what I want. I know, the relationship I want to be in, or I've already started picturing the life that I want, either with somebody in particular, or I know it's not with you, right? And the ex or the person in the past is coming out as the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know where I stand with you. I don't feel like I get back the energy that I put in. Why would I choose the Moon, which is so funny because it's the opposite of the Sun, which is somebody's happiness that they've chosen? Why would I choose not knowing what I get, or, not feeling like my energy is returned to me when I have somebody who wants to offer something stable, who is able to communicate their emotions? And I feel like, things are just kind of organic with this person. So it feels like the decision is becoming more and more obvious. All right, this is the Black Tarot. The Fool, the Three of Cups in the reverse, and the Three of Swords in the reverse. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, this is very clear to me. I know that, we have history, or I know that, things happened, but I'm really focused on a new path right now. The Fool is about new adventures, moving forward, right? This person's literally like leaping for the moon. And with the Three of Cups in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse, it's like I don't have any issues that I want to like rehash or start all over again. I want to make the right decisions. This person is healed with the Three of Swords in the reverse. So the thought of having a roster or, a side piece, side mission, whatever you want to call it, is not appealing to this person. They're like, no, I don't, no, thanks, but no. It just sounds exhausting. Page of Swords in the reverse, the Tower in the reverse, Seven of Swords, Page of Spears in the reverse. So be aware. I do feel like those boundaries are important because this person from your past is thinking, okay, so you don't really want to be flirty, or you want to be, respectful of a new relationship or whatever. That's fine. I think there's a little bit of frustration here because maybe there's more boundaries or respect for this relationship than you had with this person when you were dating them. That might kind of ruffle their feathers a little bit. But with the Seven of Swords, it's like, I think I'll just like wait in the background and soon you'll get over this one and I'll come swooping back in and then you'll be ready for a round two. So they have this confidence that you'll come running back at some point, and I don't know if they're really right about that. This is the Hidden Truth Oracle. I knew exactly what I was doing. I regret lying to you. And I want to tell you how I feel. So for some of you, this trio is the individual that is, deploying those boundaries with an ex, wanting to talk to their new love interest and say, hey, like I didn't really mention that I still talk to this person. Things got a little bit weird, so I decided to be a little bit more clear with this individual that I'm interested in dating you. I wanted to tell you about that. I'm sorry I wasn't clear with that, earlier on, but that's what's happening. For others of you, this is the ex who's not over this situation, trying to, kind of get in the way of this new love connection. And they knew exactly what they were doing in terms of what ended that connection months ago, years ago, whatever it was. But they still have feelings and they want to tell this person who's trying to move on, hey, I'm still in love with you. And I don't know that that's necessarily reciprocated. It's a general reading, so I suppose there's some variation, but it feels more so like this is somebody who's very interested in moving on or moving forward. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Hello there, Bradley. How are you doing? So I'm sorry, I shouldn't chuckle. Unrequited love. So that's why we have this third party, right? We have two people that are in a new connection and somebody's ex is still kind of like, but wait, are you sure? Stay optimistic about your love life. I feel like this is actually for the ex. Like, hey, you might be chasing after somebody, but completely unaware that there's a new opportunity in love for you right around the corner. So I do feel like that's going to eventually distract or like motivate this ex partner to move on. Because with the new couple, I see things moving kind of quickly. I do feel like there's, I don't know, just like a natural chemistry or attraction. Like these two just seem to be quite well suited. We've got getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is about boundaries, my friend. This is when you tell that new person, I've got boundaries in place in terms of people from my past. Just want to make sure you feel like, respected. Then that's going to, I think, kind of be a catalyst for this relationship to get more serious. And you are being advised to give your relationship a chance. Yay. All right. This is the Cosmic Woman. What else do we have? We have the Sun again, Queen of Wands in the reverse, and the Six of Wands in the reverse. So it's like, yeah, no, I've already tried that, or I've already, dated you, and it felt like that was, difficult for me to resolve. That's why it ended, right? With the Six of Wands in the reverse, it's like, I mean, not to be really blunt about it, but I feel like this person looks back on this relationship that the ex still wants and views it as something that was not solvable, was not healthy. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. They may have been dating somebody that was unfaithful. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Empress. This kind of gives me like one person was willing to do whatever they needed to take care of their partner, and the other person was just kind of a taker, right? Not a giver. We've got the World in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. So that's what ended up breaking up this dynamic. You know, one person was doing all the work or was being like the nurturer, and the other person just didn't give back. So we have Five of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. There's some regret that has set in for the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse individual, the one who probably lied and is not over the past relationship, because they know that there's a new beginning here for the person that they're still in love with and that they did not treat well. Knight of Swords in the reverse. They feel like the ending happened too quickly in terms of this breakup, or that somebody's moved on too quickly, but I don't know. I feel like that's just their own perception. So we've got the Two of Wands and the King of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. So there's this sense that this person from the past is angry. They're frustrated because they realize that they don't really have a shot here. There isn't really a decision. The decision's already been made, or somebody has, you know, basically said, I really have to do justice to this new love interest and see where that goes. And it kind of ruins their day because they were pretty certain they would get another chance. But Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, someone's not willing to actually put more effort or energy into that connection because they've been there and they've done that and it didn't work out, right? All right, this is the Tarot de la Nuit. What else do we have? Three of Cups in the reverse. The World in the reverse. Page of Wands and Ten of Cups. Yeah, so this person basically says, hey, you know, can we hang out? And the individual who may technically be single, but they're very interested in this new person is like, sorry, I don't think I really want to entertain anything else right now. I'm focused on this new connection that I have. So this decision is, I want to do what's right by the person that I care about, even if it's not an exclusive relationship. I don't want to have this awkward conversation of, oh yeah, no, I just been hanging out with you and my ex at the same time. No big deal. You're cool with that, right? No, this person wants to do, like, they want to behave in a way that is like aligned with how they feel about this new connection. So I do feel like they're trying to be very considerate or thoughtful of the person that they care about. And that makes sense, right? What else do we have? Knight of Wands in the reverse. Star in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like we just have somebody that wants attention. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think the individual with boundaries here is like, I just don't see how this is worth it. I think you just need somebody to validate you, and I'm not going to put at risk something that I actually do want, you know, just for a little bit of funsies. Some good old times that maybe aren't that great. Four of Swords and the Six of Wands. Yeah, so this person's like, I think the right move here is to hang out by myself. So they choose the right thing. They're like, I don't think I can do that. We have the devil in the reverse. Yep, letting go of that temptation or walking away from that temptation. Because with the Seven of Swords, they know you're probably trying to like, make this a little bit difficult or bring some drama into my life. This is a story I don't want to have to explain in the future, I think that's a really, really smart approach. All right, this is the Fairy Lenormand. What else do we have? Oh no. Yeah, so we've got number 8, which is the coffin, and number 28, which is the man. So that would be what do we have? Magician, Hierophant. This is somebody who's taking action. Don't get too caught up on that masculine energy. That could still be somebody who doesn't identify as a man. But this is somebody who's taking action. This is somebody who's saying, no. This is how we're going to do it. I don't want to get caught up doing things the wrong way. How's it going, Michael? Hello, Hayden. How are you? We've got the Tower, which is number 19. And the clouds, I think it's clouds, which is number 6. So the big warning here, the call to action is if this individual is able to put a clear end and, deploy some boundaries, defend some boundaries, and act with the right kind of intention towards their new love interest, then I feel like it's going to end up strengthening that connection, possibly leading to an exclusive relationship. But I do feel like it's one of those first moments where they really make clear, I have a lot of respect for you. I may have, had something with this person in the past, but I don't want to be ruining what I have with you because that person hasn't let go of me yet. You know what I'm saying? Mommy. All right. This is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have? You got yin and yang. So there's a good balance here in terms of the energy. Oh, that's so cool. Then we've got the Magician and the Mirror, which also seems to have that balance energy, right? It looks like there's hot and cold. I wouldn't really go with light and dark. Yeah, I think this is like fire energy and is it water? I can't remember. But this is absolutely talking about somebody that feels like they have progressed enough in terms of their healing, their ability to let go of fear or insecurity and really just approach some sort of intimacy here in terms of a romantic connection in a way that is healthy and open, but one that also calls for them to have strong boundaries, right? So because they see this as a really good match, they don't want to do anything to risk it, right? Which seems to be pretty sensical to me, sensible. I think it's sensible. So like if I go to the grocery store, I'm a lot less worried about whether or not my Dr. Pepper is going to make it home safely than if I buy some eggs. Those eggs are probably going to be in the passenger seat right next to me. And the Dr. Pepper is cool, chilling in the back. You know what I'm saying? This person's like, you're precious to me, so I'm not going to throw you in the trunk. That didn't go the way I wanted it to, you guys. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? Carmen says, don't throw them in the trunk. So I guess I'm going to have to change my life. All right. What else do we want? This is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we need to know about? I feel like this is going to be about the ex. What else do we need to know about the ex? Melancholy in the reverse, conversation. So it does feel like their approach is kind of innocent, jovial, maybe they're making a joke, but they still have an intent in terms of why they started the conversation. So that could explain why this person initially was like, hey, how are you doing? And then we've got fortune in the reverse. Enemy in the reverse. Sorrow and haughtiness. There was some unpredictable energy in this interaction between the person whose ex is still into them. It feels to me like they were trying to kind of like reminisce or remind this person of the good times that they had or the things that they had maybe done to show kindness to this person. But then with sorrow and haughtiness, it feels to me like they kind of overestimate the control or the hold they have over this person that they previously dated. Again, I feel like this is somebody who's like, you're always going to come back to me. You're always going to want to have like another experience with me. And they run into this wall of, no, actually, I think I've met somebody that I would much rather be focused on right now. I'm sorry. So we have servant in the reverse and merchant in the reverse. Like, no, there's just, there's no negotiating on this part, All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed the reading, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and hit me up for personal readings. Hello, upper echelon. Have a great rest of your night. Doodles.